Welcome, my loves, to my world, to my sanctuary, I guess you could say. How are you guys? It is like 3 a.m. here. I normally would not be going live at this time. I never even think about going live this late, even though I'm up this late normally. But I actually am kind of sleepy, but because I had committed myself to going live, and I know that in other places it's not as late. So let me do this. Hopefully the fan is not too loud. Let me see if I can listen. Cause y'all, it's hot and my air does not seem to be blowing cold air. I tried to turn my air on yesterday. I barely even use my air, so I don't know what the deal is with that. Let me see if I can hear. Is the fan loud? Please tell me if the fan is loud. That's gonna be so lame. That's gonna be so lame. Hey, Laura. Yes. Did I say this wrong? Okay, yeah, Laura. I know, right? Up early. You mean up late? Because I have not been to sleep. But I am often on a late schedule. I'm a night owl, y'all. I've always been like this. You got here yesterday. Oh, you're in Senegal. Nice. I hope you guys are enjoying your stay. Okay, let me try to hear this real quick. Is the fan loud? It sounds like the ocean in the background. You got here yesterday. Oh my God. I can't turn the fan off. I'm so mad. I feel like if I try this, I could try this air again, but it's probably not going to work. Then I'm low key like scared now since I had that lizard scare. And someone told me that they come through here through the air conditioners, y'all. So I am on another level of paranoia. Oh my God. Y'all should have seen me trying to work my air conditioner the other day. I was just like, I was trying to focus and write. I was like, if a freaking lizard falls out, y'all, I have a whole phobia. If you guys didn't read my post, you guys should go to my Substack account and read my article that I wrote about people who have spiritual gifts, mediums, and channelers who are super sensitive and all the symptoms and stuff. And also Pat Longo, shout out to my forever mentor. May she continue to travel in peace and mentor me in peace. You guys have seen me suggest this book. And I always will suggest this book. I just got an email. I got an email last week from somebody. It was so crazy, y'all. Okay, wait, I'm gonna go back to what I was saying about the symptoms, okay? Put a pin in that. I was sitting here, like, I just got into these feelings and these thoughts about Pat. And I was like, man, like, I miss her. If you don't know who Pat Longo is, she did her thing here. She left her mark. She was a very popular psychic coach. She obviously was a medium, and she coached and taught mediums for over 30 years. And I'm not even going to tell the story about me meeting Pat right now because that's going to get us into a whole other thing. But she became my mentor, and it was such a crazy world of events on how this happened. And I don't think I've had a mentor before. I don't think that I've ever been like directly, mentored. And she just took me under her wing. I didn't even want to do it. And she was like, no, your guides sent you to me, and you have to do this. And she passed away 2 months ago. And I was sitting here thinking of her the other day, and it was so crazy. I was like in this deep thought about Pat. And then my thoughts started to go to like something about me, like sharing, like keeping on her legacy with doing what she did for me, which is create this space for really weird people, really weird mediums and channelers like myself, and create this safe space for us to practice our abilities and to get out all the things that come with that, which I'm going to talk about in a second when I mention symptoms, okay? And then I'm sitting here and I'm having this thought, and I get an email. Like, the thought was also saying that I need to be sharing her book and I need to be creating this space for her, right? I mean, for other people, right? That she created for myself and thousands, maybe millions of others, okay? Pat really did her thing on this earth. And while I'm sitting here having this thought and I'm really like getting sad, I'm just thinking about her, and I get an email notification of someone who bought her book after seeing me suggest it. I've talked about her book a few times, and they were like, oh my God, like, thank you so much for suggesting this book. Like, this is exactly what I needed. They were like, I don't even consider myself an empath, so I really didn't think that this book was for me, but it's not all about empaths. And it just really showed them about their gifts. The book is called, I didn't even tell y'all the book. The book is called The Gifts Beneath Your Anxiety. I always want to say underneath, but your gifts beneath your anxiety. And it was just a moment for me, y'all. Listen, I am that person, okay? I do not take experiences for granted. I be paying attention. It is not being extra and being crazy when you are in tune enough to know that everything is orchestrated here, that everything, like, I can't be no other way because the way my life is set up. Okay, the way I came here, the way I got here to Senegal, the way I've moved across the country that I'm from, and all types of other synchronized events that have taken place, I can't be any other way except for super in tune with the series of events that take place, like what's going on in the background and stuff. So I am that person that's like, what? Wait, what is this? What does this mean? What is this moment? And that's just not a coincidence. That was a really, really amazing experience. So yeah, the gifts beneath your anxiety, simple spiritual tools to find peace, awaken the power within, and heal your life. Shout out to Pat Longo. Oh my God, this lady. I'm telling y'all, it sounds crazy. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna make this statement, and I'm gonna keep on making this statement so that we can just get used to it. I don't care what nobody says. We can be like, in the spiritual community as Black people, specifically and only really Black Americans, we are so big on being like, white people don't have any spiritual connection. They ain't got no souls and all these things. And all this is coming from a very hurt place, which is totally understandable. It's coming from obviously our past and our present time, the things that we experience with white people. Like Malcolm X also stated, though, he realized that white people is different around the world. We get a different type of racism and a different type of experience with white people when you leave our country of American white people, of the not the original white people. Like, the original white people are from Germany and from Europe, and understand and know that they are. It's not just Black people that are lost about our roots and stuff, because white people don't even realize that they're not from America, like, as far as the ones that we know. But anyways, my point is that we say this so much, but honestly, through my spiritual journey as a Black girl, a channeler, one that speaks to extraterrestrials all of my life, and all the things that I dealt with accepting myself and being accepted, period. Honestly, my help has been had from white women. They are the ones that, and I have spiritual women in my circle that are Black. Like, I know how to get in touch with a spirit, like shamans and things like that. And it's just, when it comes to, as much as we try to be like, they're this and they don't have that and they can't be spiritually inclined, da, 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 all of our spiritual books are written by them. Like, when it comes to the really crazy, weird experiences that I have in my life, I've been able to go to white women and be heard. What does that mean? I think that we need to always remember who we are in this timeline as Black people, and always be proud of being Black. I think I'm one of the most Black power people out there, because I definitely homeschool my kids, and my children are not allowed to play with white action figures and they didn't grow up watching white princesses and things like that, because I am very conscious about the whitewashing that we have all grown up in. So that is a thing. I am very much Black power, but I also understand that we are beyond being Black. That is just one experience. And as Black Americans, it's so interesting because we go through so much being Black and, being from America, that we almost forget the rest of the world. We forget that our level of racism that we experience is happening in other countries. What's going on right now in countries that I'm not going to name because I don't want to get banned or anything, it's racism. It's skin color racism. It's the darker skin color, and we don't think that. I'm talking about the big thing that everyone's talking about right now, the big thing. And if you look at one culture, that the ones that have been doing the things to them and starving them. I'm being very careful with my words. Using weapons and things to unalive them, they are whiter skinned. And it's not a Black and a white experience, but you can look through their history and see that it is. You can literally look at you can find old debates and things between these two places that I'm not going to name, that you should know because it's like the biggest thing that everybody's talking about. And you can see them talking about it's because we're darker skinned, and they're talking about we don't like the darker skin. So I'm just explaining this because it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to like expand your mind and to know that you're not the only ones that have dealt with or are currently dealing with this level of I don't even want to keep saying that word, hate crime because of your skin color. That we're not alone in that there's a lot of other ethnicities that also have that experience, and our experience is not like supposed to be like how we kind of like compete. Like we almost compete with other people, with other ethnicities and stuff. Like, well, we're going through this, where we're going, and all of this. I mean, let's take away the subject and let's talk about let's connect the same reaction and the same mindset to someone going through abuse in their childhood or going through a loved one, like a partner who did them wrong. And it's like that mindset is going to have you really like stuck in that experience. It's going to really have you stuck in there. And it's a big reason why, even when it comes to, if we're talking about Black Americans in the spiritual community or outside of that, we just get really caught up on that whole experience. Like that's all that everything ends up being about. And life is so much deeper than that. This is not your only life. This is not your only timeline. You have also been white before. You've been Chinese and a bunch of other ethnicities. Like to think that every time you come here, you are Black, that's crazy. That's not happening. So yeah, I just love that because it just shows how much we are all one. And I know that that is hard to grasp when you are aware of hate crimes done against Black Americans. I'm trying to be so careful with my words, y'all. But also there's so much love and connection and togetherness that can be be seen in the fact that we're not the only ones, and this is happening all around the world. And also the truth of the fact that we chose this, the fact that we all agreed to have this experience. And that's something that I initially wanted to talk about when I get on here, coming on here as well. Let me go back to what I was saying though about Pat and the symptoms. I was talking about the lizards and phobia. And one of the things that Pat talks about in this book, Your Gifts Beneath Your Anxiety, is how people that have highly intuitive gifts and are very sensitive are highly intuitive psychics, mediums, and how there's all types of experiences. Like you might have eczema, you're very sensitive with your skin, you have allergies, autoimmune diseases. I mean, there's so many things. Severe headaches, if you grew up with toothaches, nose bleeding, things like that. but then specifically phobias. If you have like weird phobias, I have weird phobias, you guys. Do y'all want to know how weird my phobias are? Tell me if y'all want to know. I'm reading the comments. Oh, yes. Hey, hey. You saw a rat? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, you're in Dakar, so you're going to see them. Dakar is just New York in Africa. Oh, my God. It was at the airport? Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're going to be at the airport, too. It's funny. Have I seen one? I have seen one here. I forgot. I did see one here where I'm at, but in Dakar, I seen them all the time. In Dakar, those rats are some real New York rats. They will just look at you. It's crazy. Oh my God. They are just like how in New York the rats are like cats and they don't be tripping. That's how the rats are in New York. I mean in Dakar. I remember like walking up on one and not even realizing that it was a rat. I thought it was a freaking cat. And that mug was like, "What's up? You take a picture?" Like, did not care. But no, so okay, here are my phobias, you guys. Mind you, I am speaking on phobias if you're just tuning in because phobias are a sure sign that you are highly intuitive and that you are sensitive. They are not what you think they are. Even though to us they look so weird, sometimes there are phobias that are connected to tragic events. Of course, you can have a tragic experience like the people that we used to see on the Maury show, which was so wrong. Hold on, let's get into this real quick, y'all. I need to be able to do clips so I can put a clip up because I would love to show a clip right now. Back in the day when Maury was doing his show and they would have those people with the phobias on there. Do y'all remember those people would come on there and they would be like afraid of cotton, afraid of like toothpicks and all types of crazy things. And it was so wrong. I used to get so mad watching this because they would literally just put the thing in their face. They'd be like, "Oh, okay, so you're scared of that? Okay, yeah, that's the thing. Oh, okay, how did this happen?" Da, 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 da. And then they just be like, "Here you go," like, and just bring it up, bring the expert up that had the thing or whatever, and just put it in their face. That should have been illegal. That should have been illegal. That is crazy. I remember seeing one. I can't remember what. I don't think it was the cotton balls. It might have been like a food or something. But she had a phobia about it because I think it was her grandmother, had died in front of her eating it. Like they had just been eating the meal. And so she had a phobia about it. It might have been like meatballs or something crazy like that. But this is a clear trauma thing. Why would you put this in front of her like this? Why would you trigger that trauma like that? That show used to trip me out. And I was young. I was young watching that, like, this is not, psychologically, this is crazy. So, yeah, my phobias, if I can even remember all of them, it's not that many, but I do have a thing about, let me see, where do I want to start? My phobias are so weird, y'all. First of all, okay, so my mom calls me an animal whisperer because I can feel animals. It's one of the things that I can do as far as my intuitive abilities. I can really feel them. If they're going through anything, I have a really crazy story. I have to do a story time about this turtle that was speaking to me, and it was really depressed. So it's kind of funny. I'm presetting the whole thing about the phobia, right? Because it is about the fact that I feel animals and I love animals. Okay, I'm not like against animals or anything, but I do have a thing about animals. There is a sensitivity that I have about them, which is so funny that I can read them so well and I can pick them up so well. I feel so emotional about animals. to the point where I will like cry if an animal is harmed. Like those things, I've always been like that. But then I can't touch them. And I don't care what size they are. And I don't really care what animal it is. Maybe I'll touch like a baby panda or a horse. A horse, I fucks with a horse. I will actually like I would love to own horses. That's the only animal though. If it's a dog, I can't feel their bones. Like a dog, like any animal that has like a rib cage and a whole situation like that, I can't touch it. I can't touch it. And I've always been like that. It's so crazy to me that you guys are able to pick up animals like from their belly and you can feel their bones and stuff. It is so, it just feels so creepy to me. What else? Okay, so this is gonna sound really weird. Another phobia I have, mind you, if you're just tuning in, I am talking about phobias. This has to do with psychic energy, okay? This has to do with channeling, okay? It is not, oh, you're a weirdo, oh, you're this, oh, you're just scared. It's not that. It's not what we have thought. Phobias are not that. In most of our issues, and especially things that have to do with anxiety or any sensitivities, it's not actually what we think it is. If you're afraid of scary movies or if you can't watch gory things and stuff like that, you are most likely highly intuitive. This is something that Pat Longo discovered 30 years ago. Okay, so she's done whole studies on this and she's really done a good job bringing this out to the world. So, okay, I'm trying to prep y'all because this is about to sound so weird. Another phobia I have is like, I don't even want to talk about it because it makes my skin crawl. It's like the stomach of any kind of reptile, like the stomach of a turtle, especially, but any kind of like lizard, snake, or anything. Like the pattern is making my skin crawl right now while I'm talking about it. But the pattern of that, it literally creeps me out. And I have been this way since I was a young child when I first started channeling. I remember because my dad used to buy me these turtles in LA. And I used to be like, why the fuck is he buying me this turtle? But I loved my turtle. I loved my turtle. I was sad when my turtle died. But I hated when that turtle would flip over on its back. I hated it. I was like, ew, this is disgusting. Like, so y'all, I can't even take it. It's the weirdest thing. Those kind of patterns, and these are also like spectrum like experiences, spectrum like symptoms as well. I just posted earlier how children on the spectrum are really advanced souls. They are all highly intuitive. So this is actually like spectrum symptom types thing because it has to do with like textures and patterns and stuff. And yeah, anything that feels like I seen a tree earlier. It was like this tree that was just like, the tree wasn't, I don't know, it just might have been treeing, but it was like gushing out things and the patterns was looking just so weird. And I can't even explain it, y'all. You know, sometimes the trees will have like these nubs in them, or maybe this is like an African tree, but it just kind of made me like, like, it reminded me of that reptile pattern. Oh my God, that's so funny. There's another one. I can't do scary movies. That's the thing. If you know me, I don't even want scary movies in my house. Dang, it's something else though. There's another really weird phobia that I have. I can't think of it though. I don't know. I'm sleepy, y'all, so maybe I'm not doing a good job with remembering. But yeah, that's crazy. What phobias do y'all have? Or do y'all have any phobias at all? Oh, I know. Okay, so what I was gonna say is like, how do you even explain this phobia? This is gonna sound probably normal to people, but it's not normal. So when there is like, okay, I know how to explain it. When there is dirt, y'all gonna be like, what the hell, Dayla? If you're judging me, you're whack, okay? If you're judging me right now, you need to drop your judgment because we be judging stuff that we don't understand because we don't experience it. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? You just don't know. You just can't know. This is not your experience, okay? So there is this thing with me when it comes to like dirt and water. Like if there's dirty things, if there's like dirt on the floor, or like you know how like behind the sink, how you have to like wash behind the sink because it can like clunk up with stuff or something. Like not below, but like around the sink and stuff. I don't know. I feel like this never happens while we've been in Senegal, but I was seeing that in America. That was like a thing. I don't know what that's about. But if it's wetness, if it's like wet water mixed up with the dirt, I don't like it. I can't take it. I don't. It's like wet, trashy dirt or something. I have a thing about it. It does the same. It gives me the same reaction. My kids are aware of it. I'd be like, ooh, ooh, no, wait, get that. Like I can't. Like I'm gonna get out of here. Like it could it could play into a little bit of OCD, but I don't have OCD though. I do have a thing like I'm very aware of when things are like cluttered and stuff like that, but I don't think I don't have OCD. But that is funny. That is hilarious. Like I am aware of how crazy that is. I want to keep my camera this way. But yeah, do y'all have any phobias? Do y'all have any weird phobias? Or do y'all love scary movies? Are y'all able to watch scary movies? Y'all, these are things that I did not develop over a course of any time period, okay? I've been this way since I got here. I have been this way since I got here. Y'all already know me. If or maybe you don't, but if you are watching me right now and you are just watching me and you are not interacting with me, I am going to get off of this live because I am not here to put on a show for you guys. I am a real human and I am here to have real interactions. So if you are coming on this live to just look at me, just like you wouldn't want to sit here and shook and jive for the camera, I don't do that. I'm a real human and I'm not doing this for views. So I feel like every time I get on here now, I got to do this disclaimer. But most of y'all know now. So if you are watching me, which there are those of you I see that are watching, interact with the sister, okay? Treat me like I'm human, okay? I know that I'm on the internet, but I am real. I am not an NPC. I might be an NPC. But yeah, let me know what phobias you guys have, or if y'all do have any phobias. Is that weird? Like I feel like I haven't met anybody to this day. I have not met anyone who understands. I mean, people understand it or whatever, but people that feel the same way about like feeling the skin and the ribs and the like the body of an animal, like feeling the inside, like the skeletal system. We should not be picking up animals. We should not be picking up anything and feeling the skeletal system. That's how I feel. Like, oh my God, y'all, I'm not playing. I remember one time, this is when I was younger, when I was in high school, and my high school sweetheart, y'all, I had a high school sweetheart for 7 years. Like we were together for 7 whole years. And he bought me a puppy. And y'all, I had that puppy. That puppy was a baby because I could not carry that puppy if that puppy was not wrapped up in a blanket. I wasn't doing it. I was not touching, I was not feeling on the bones and the skin of that puppy. I just couldn't do it. It's a mosquito in here. It's a mosquito trying to go crazy. But yeah, it wasn't happening. I literally had that thing wrapped up, and when I had to pick it up, that's how I was avoiding feeling anything. That is crazy. That's crazy. The kids want a dog now. And I'm just like, you guys, patience. Like, let's wait. But like I said, I love the animals. I feel the animals. I literally can hear like animals. For some reason, there's some type of open channel that I have with them. And it's just like on the movies, y'all. Like these movies be telling the truth. Like they know that I can feel them. They know that I can hear them. And so they will say things. I have a crazy story about that, but I think I'll wait for story time. Since y'all just watching me, y'all just not saying nothing. I'm not even gonna do the story time. I will wait since I'm talking to myself. You see how weird that is? You see, y'all don't understand how weird that is. I never do people like that. I never, ever, ever watch somebody's live. Well, it's different, and also it's different if they're interacting with, like, if there's other people talking, then I don't feel like I need to do that, right? Like, if it's a bunch of interaction, I don't feel like I need to do that. But it is so weird. This is weird. It's so weird to have somebody just like online talking to themselves. What do y'all think this is? It's different if I make a video. If I make a video, then I know that I'm not talking to anyone. I know that I'm going to be talking to the people that are going to watch it when I upload it. But the point of going live is interaction. You know whose live I really be keeping up with? I was just watching Kai's live. I love Kai, y'all. I'm so proud of that young man. Like, y'all don't know, like, in the content creating world, even a lot of content creators who are not streamers don't know that the streaming sector has made millionaires by white people for years. Like, they were the only ones doing it, so much that we didn't even know nothing about it. And what Kai has come through to show the world, and now there's other streamers. It's not just Kai now who look like us and who are really like making millions. He be getting so much hate though. Like, I be seeing people like, this is not a real career, and like, I'm like, well, I guess he's not a kid anymore. Kai is not. He's not necessarily a kid anymore. But he started off as a kid, and he's doing his thing. And y'all don't know how jealous they be. Like, it's a whole thing about it. It's a whole thing about it because streaming was a Caucasian sport. Like, it was a Caucasian thing. And they had been making money through gaming and everything without us even touching the surface in that realm. Speaking of, I am also streaming on Twitch right now. Which I just keep forgetting that I'm now streaming on Twitch. But I feel like adults are not really on Twitch. I'm personally not on Twitch unless I just started just wanting to support him. So yeah, I don't know how that works. I did see people saying that they do like yoga and they teach and stuff on Twitch. I thought about doing sessions there where I will take you guys into other realities, quantum leaping and stuff. I figured that would be really interesting to do. So maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I was gonna give up in a second. I was like, I don't want another platform where I have to like try and get following and stuff. But I just figured I'll just record it I'll just go live and then, oh, I'm not recording it. I never get to see the lives on Twitch because I'm not recording it. I set it up though, so I wonder if this one is recording. So yeah, I always want to share about Kai because we need to support. We need to support, like, first of all, let's talk about how crazy it is to even be able to create a social media platform and like a video when it comes to video and streaming and stuff. Think about how this was like 30 years ago. Anytime that you wanted to be on TV, you had to ask. You had to audition, you had to kiss some ass, you had to do a whole bunch to be seen by the world and to tell your story or just anything. Just the fact that we are on here able to create our audiences and people are really watching us on TV. Like, YouTube tells you how many people watched you from their TV screen, which I think is crazy that they have that information, but they will tell you how many people watch you from their tablets, from TV, all that. And that's crazy. That's amazing that we're able to do that. That we no longer have to ask for permission. So yeah. Yeah, I wanted to talk about, there was a subject I wanted to mention about, it was about the fact that everything is orchestrated here. I wanted to talk about how mistakes are impossible, how they do not exist. And I wanted to talk about, if you see me doing this, it's the mosquitoes. They coming for me. It's late, and they trying to feed their babies. Okay, so that's what's happening right now. But I was going to come on here and share the message about everything being divine, and how it was something that I was writing that actually made me say, let me go live and talk about this instead of writing it. And it had to do with how it's so amazing. Like, it's amazing how we do with judgment. It's amazing how we have experiences and we judge the experience and we put it in a category, and we just don't understand. It is just so hard for us to understand that there are not any mistakes and that everything is happening the way that it's supposed. Ooh, Trey told me to push something one day. So that's not it. What happened? Okay, let me see. I think I had unplugged this when this was happening. Okay, I'm gonna stay on the mic. I'm coming back, y'all, in 2 seconds. Maybe that happens when my camera runs hot or something. Y'all see how clear that is? Y'all see how clear this picture is on this live? And my skin, do you see that? Are you catching that? Okay, what was I saying? So yeah, I was coming on here because I was writing, and yes, I was going in about I'm just getting a lot of downloads about that subject, and how it's crazy because it's like we have these amnesia effects. It's like we really are going in and out of different energy fields. I talk about this a lot, but it's like when you are having sex, you are in a particular energy field. When you are about to defend yourself or protect yourself, when you're fighting, your adrenaline is pumping, you're in a different energy field. There's just different energy fields that really are, they're like other dimensions within themselves. And when you are taking in information, especially some deep information or something that really resonates with you, there's a different shift between the time that you actually get the information. Like right now, you guys are all in your beta mode while you're listening to me and you're calculating and taking in this information. And then there's another shift that takes place. It's almost like, I guess the way we describe it is like to apply it, but really it's to really truly understand. Because I think that when I say and I talk about how everything is always happening how it's supposed to, and there's no mistakes, you cannot mess up here, there's no right or wrong. I think when I say this, most people are like, yeah, like I get that, like I was thinking about that, or I've wondered that, or there's something inside of you that can feel it. But I don't think that people really get what I'm saying though. Because if we did, when you are thinking about your upbringing, the family that you're in, the situation that you're in right now, your last experience with your ex, any type of abusive relationship or any type of abusive experience, yes, any kind of abusive experience. Um, when we are dealing with the grief from a loved one passing, when we are looking at people online, oh my God, like I seen the other day, somebody made a post about Jasmine. If y'all know Jazzy, Cam Newton's girl, I don't know if they're together, his baby mom or whatever. I don't know what she is to him. I think that they're together, but she's on her second child with him, and it's just like his ninth child or something. And Jazzy always talked about not being that girl or whatever who is in the position that she is in now. And so there was a post that someone made about it, and it was like, man, like a lot of like I feel like we put way too much energy into what other people are doing, like judging, judging other people's paths. And the irony in this is that you don't want anyone doing this to you. When your family is doing this to you, you hate it. You actually cannot stand when your family is judging
your your journey. But for some reason, when we see celebrities, especially, but just anybody, and we hear about, you know, them going through some things, it's like a natural thing to judge their experience. And so this post was like deep, like they was going in. I think she posted something about how she, like, with this second child, she doesn't know if she's having a boy or a girl, and she's purposely, like, you know, not knowing the sex of the child. And she made a post that said something along the lines of like, like, if it's a boy, like, I fear that I will be raising a boy into a man that I've never had, or something. So people took that and connected that with her. Like, how is she with the, this is about to get me right here. How is she with a man who is, oh, because she said, raising the, she said, I fear that I would raise the man of my dreams that I never had. And so they're like, how is she with this man and having a child by this man, and this is not the man of her dreams, that, or this is not the man that she dreamed of. Bruh, you guys, how many times are we with somebody that we did not dream of? That is a stupid judgment. I hate when we're like judging stupid shit, like judging shit that you did, that you already did, and you're probably gonna do again. Like, like, where do we get off on that? Where do we get off on being so like? I should have been recording. My bad. Where do we get off on having this hierarchy about our lives when someone else is having a different experience from us, and then we're looking at it like the stupid thing that you did back in the day or just last week, or that you're doing right now, because it's a completely different experience, because their story might sound a little bit more crazier, or because what they specifically are doing, you swear that there's no way that you would do that you would do it that way, or that you would do that at all. Then you have the right to speak on this person's life. That's kind of crazy. If you really think about it, that's kind of crazy. And each and every one of us do this. Each and every one of us have done this, including myself. So it's really just amazing, though, when you think about it, because if you can understand, if you can really go beyond just hearing this and being like, oh, yeah, I get that. I was just wondering, I was just thinking that. If you can go beyond that and you can grasp the understanding that there are no mistakes here, no one is doing anything wrong. It is impossible. You cannot mess this thing up. There is no such thing as mistakes. So how can we put so much pressure on the partner that someone is choosing? How can we put so much pressure on the thing that you chose to do? And it's like, oh, you should have did this. You should have chose better. You should have did that. Are you kidding me? You literally, before you arrived here, you and that individual, the individual who abused you, the individual who hurt you so bad, the individual that did just put you and made you feel low, and all these. I'm looking at this mosquito like, but the individual that really hurt you, messed up your head, caused all this trauma. I don't care what the hell. Name it, name the trauma. Okay? Name the crazy thing that they have done. And I promise you, you guys agreed to this. I promise you, before you came here, it was an agreement. I just promise you that. And I don't be making promises. Like, if you ever hear me say I promise you, it means that I am very certain about this. And I'm not just coming from, I'm not something that I read. Okay, this is a channel message to you, and it's also something that I get confirmed in my sessions all the time. I love, like, some of my favorite sessions are when people have like an ex that they have kids with or something, and or like in-laws, and they're like, I just want to know, like, before we start, I just want to know, why are they in my life? Why am I having this experience? My mom is doing this to me. My father has done this. Like, why? Like, I know that I don't belong to my family, like, just all this. And then we go into a parallel reality, and if they don't get the information from their guides as about what the whole experience is, then we actually go to the time of them planning it, or we go to another parallel reality that they had in another life, and the experience is giving them the answer on why they did it in this life. Like, I had a girl who wanted to know why she had to have a child with the man that she had a child with. Um, and she just really was like, I'm so mad that I had his child. And we went into a life where um, she was a doctor and he ended up having an injury and I forgot what happened to him, but she couldn't save his life, and he died. This happens a lot where doctors die with like a deep. I mean, yeah, when you're a doctor and it's time for you to pass away, however you pass away, but they often carry over this deep level of shame and grief from the patients that they could not save, the people whose lives that they had to watch die. And so this guy was one of them, and this was an ex of hers. In that timeline, they had already been together and split up, and he ends up coming into this really small town hospital that she worked in. Of course, this is an ex lover of hers, so she really wants to save his life, and he ends up dying. And he also wanted her to have his child. She would lie to him even after they split up, and she would be like, "Yes, okay, yes, one day I will have your baby." Like, okay, yeah, but she didn't want to. And so after he passed away, on her watch in her arms, she just had a deep regret of not having his child, of not having something to carry that, another, thing of his to carry over. And the regret was so deep that she felt bad for his mother and the girlfriend that he had at that time of him dying, like the new girl. She felt bad that she did not have a child for him so that they could even have a part of him. So she carried that shame and that grief over here. And what she did was when she was in that lifetime, she promised that if she got another chance, she would have his child. So I thought it was so cool that she went through that experience, obviously knowing and literally having the feelings and all of that, all the feels come up of, yes, I want to have this child. That is my next life's goal. When I come back to earth, I want to have a child with you. And then in this life, now that she's done it, she's like, what the hell? So it was really cool to see her come out of that session and to feel ease, like to not feel the animosity that she felt towards him and the anger, and to really truly understand why they needed to come here and do what they're doing in this life. Just sharing that so that you guys can kind of grasp how much it's like it's like understanding that there are no mistakes and that everything happens how it's supposed to. It should help you with the way that you criticize yourself and the way that you judge yourself and the way that you criticize and judge others. And you guys probably see me say a lot that if you can admit that you are your worst critic and that you judge yourself a lot and you are very critical about yourself, if you have the perfectionist um, thing going on, then you do it to others too. You can't you can't be like that about you and then turn it off with others. It's just a way that you are. At this point, it's just a habit. And now that you're aware of it, if you weren't already, it's now a choice. So I just pulled that out of you because literally, as soon as you become aware of a thing, it is no longer a habit. You can no longer, you are lying to yourself if you say that it's a habit. It is not a habit, it's a choice now. So I just pulled that out of you. I just pulled that awareness out of you if you were not aware of the fact that if you are critical on yourself and if you are used to judging yourself and judging your past, which so many of us are, then you are also doing that to others. And this is all done with love. This is all shared to you with love can um, so that you can transform that within you. It's so important to. I mean, think about how easy our lives can be without us criticizing ourselves and judging ourselves and criticizing and judging others. Just imagine just allowing people to just do what they do. Your partner. If those of you watching this, if you have a partner and your partner is annoying as hell, getting on your nerves, if they do a certain thing, if there's a certain thing that makes you tick, and if you don't like the way they chew, and whatever thing, if you're a Libra or a Virgo, then that's probably a thing for you for real. And just imagine just letting it go. Just imagine just being able to accept them truly, not judging them, having understanding, not putting it in a category and trying to figure out where this is coming from and why this is taking place and all those kind of things. Yeah, it's an easy life. It's a life of ease. I promise you that just letting go. It goes into that. That's really what that goes into, like accepting and well, understanding the fact that everything happens the way that it is supposed to and that there are no mistakes here and that you cannot mess up here is understanding, or is stepping into letting go of judgment and criticism, is stepping into a life of ease. Did you get that? Did y'all get that? Like, that was a bar. That was a bar. Seriously. Absolutely. So let me know if this is making sense to you guys, if this is resonating with you guys, because yeah, it's a big message that I channel a lot. You guys are gonna, if you haven't already, you're gonna see me talk about this a lot. Because I just feel like, yeah, there's this thing. It's like you know it, and honestly, you know what I'm saying. I'm never sharing anything that you don't already know. We just forgot. So I'm just reminding you, and that's why when I'm saying these things, you guys are often saying to yourself, "I knew this. Like I felt this. Like I knew this was it." You know, because you do know. I'm just reminding you. I'm just reminding you of the truth that is inside of you. And so there is so much ease to grab and to walk into when you truly, when you go beyond just taking in the information as knowledge, but when you truly live your life through the understanding that you cannot mess up here, that there are no mistakes. Everything that you do, doesn't that say that you're perfect? Doesn't that say that? That's another saying. I want to write this down because I was writing earlier and I am going to write this down. I know I'm going to forget. I was going through, I was writing something about the sayings that we have and how we have to reprogram ourselves. There's so many just toxic sayings that humans in society that we've come up with. Let me see. What did I just say? What did I just say? Y'all know I'm asleep because I just forgot the freaking saying. What the heck is the saying that I just said? It's gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me. Y'all heard what I said. Just say what I said, please. Y'all heard what I said. I don't know why you guys. I told y'all that. I told y'all I will get off of this live. I'm not talking to myself on here, okay? I talk to myself all day, so I can do that while I'm not on live. Hey, hey, how are you? Please tell me if y'all remember what I said. I said something that I have been trying to remember all day. It is a saying that we say. It is a saying, it's on the tip of my brain. The saying is, cha cha cha. I can't get it. Let me tell you the other sayings that I have, so that way it will lead me there. Um, Good things don't come easy. I have a bunch of sayings, but in this writing, I'm trying to remember all the sayings that we needed to reprogram, and I only have two of them right now because I don't know what I did with the other thing that I wrote. That might have been months or weeks ago. But good things don't come easy, and hard work pays off. These are sayings that are crazy. The last one I won't necessarily call crazy because the last one honestly is like a paradoxical thing because it's like two truths can exist kind of thing. But it's like is the glass half empty or half full? You know, like should we be saying it at all since it does not apply to everyone, or like so yeah, because Good things don't come easy is that right there is insane. Just think about the culture that we had to have been in to come up with the saying that something good does not come easily. Think about what we had to have been going through for us as a society, as a people, as a collective, to come up with the saying that is going on from generations to generations that says good things don't come easy. And what I love about the topic of reprogramming ourselves from these sayings is because of the fact that we really are programmed with them. And I know that we call them sayings and we look at them like, oh, it's just sayings, but these have been programs for us. Our generation, I mean, our ancestors believed in these are beliefs. These are proverbs that people believed and still do. So there's no way that you can't have some of that in you, some of that on you, some of that around you. And subconsciously, there's so many beliefs that we have that we're not aware of. People think that our beliefs are things that we are aware of. Most of your beliefs, you're not even aware of what they are. You don't even know most of what you believe in because it's just not there. It's not a conscious brain thing. It's a subconscious thing. So yeah, good things good things don't come easy. And there's another one too that's like, what is it? Something comes when good things don't come when they wait, or something about waiting. Um, but then the other one, which is hard work pays off. Is it hard work always pays off? I think it is. That one is also crazy because if that was the case, so many of our mothers and grandmothers, so many of us, all of us, or many of us, I mean, not all of us, but many of us would have already seen all of the benefits and reaped all the benefits from our hard work. This probably sounds crazy with this fan in the background, huh? That's sad. Why are you so loud? That's crazy that this fan is that loud. Like seriously, it's not supposed to be that loud. Okay, okay, it's more quiet now. Um, so yeah, hard work pays off is insane on some degree, to some degree, and on some levels, because a person can go in on their business and see the fruits of that. A person could go in at work and work themselves up in the company to a higher position, making higher pay. But it's like, we should just do away with that altogether. Being that being that the majority of people who are working hard at work are not seeing the fruits of their labor, it is definitely one of those things that we should just let go. But dang, how y'all just gonna sit there and watch me? Are y'all even listening? I have a question for y'all. Like, are y'all even listening to me? Because you are watching me. You heard me. Why you can't tell me what I said? If I could play this thing back right now, I would play it back because I had a freaking saying. I was so ready to write it. I knew I was going to forget though, because me coming on here while I'm sleepy, I am bound to do that. But yeah, I'm going to write an article about that because we have a lot of sayings that we say, and they're all just false programs. When we say things like, I lost, sorry for your loss, and I lost my so and so, it's all programs. When we say things like, I mean, well, these aren't sayings, but these are still things. These are beliefs, and our sayings are embedded within our beliefs. Totally. Um, 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 I think I just forgot again what I was gonna say. You know, I'm tired because I'm really forgetting everything. But but I was gonna say like manifesting. When you hear people say like learn to manifest, like I want to learn to manifest. That's false. That doesn't exist. You cannot learn to manifest. That doesn't make sense. When we hear people say I need to learn to trust in myself. A lot of things we don't need to learn, y'all. A lot of things you actually came here with. You can't learn to trust in yourself. It's not it's not a thing. You do trust in yourself. You just may not be trusting in what you prefer about yourself. But you have a trust about yourself. What is that trust? You have to ask yourself that. I actually just wrote an article on that. Let me read the article to y'all. Let me read this article to y'all, okay? This is a good article. You guys know that most of the things that I write are channel messages, so they don't come from me. If I could have a camera in my room, I would probably look like a crazy person. People who know me personally and spend the days with me, like they're not freaked out or anything. They know. But what my channeling looks like when I'm writing is me. Sometimes I will be in mid conversation, but most of the time I'm not. I might just be chilling, scrolling through social media, something like that, and I will receive the download, and immediately I have to stop what I'm doing, and it just goes. I'm just typing away. I'm either on my computer, I'm on my phone, and I'm just in the zone. And everyone who knows me, like my day ones who have been around me for a long time, they already know. They're like, okay, I'm gonna leave her. Like they know, don't interrupt me. I'm in another place right now, and it comes very sporadic, very randomly. I remember the first time that I noticed that I do this. Um, it was many years ago, like 15 years ago, 14 years ago, and I remember I was sitting at my computer. I was actually on hold with the IRS. I was waiting on the phone for the IRS, and randomly for no freaking reason. I'm on the phone and I just start getting these downloads about the story. It was a story about a woman, like a single mom with two kids. And it was something about her um, being toxic, like spilling out toxic things about men. And I was married at the time. My ex husband and I were sitting at the computer together. We were together and we were having a conversation while on hold with the IRS. And I was like, wait a minute, wait. And I just go to typing and I just get all these downloads about this character. I don't even know who this person is, but it was so crazy. I sit there and wrote pages of this thing and it just all came to me. And that particular thing that I wrote, I ended up sharing on multiple stages. People ended up paying me to share it. And I can't even tell you what that was. But that was the first time. Um, this mosquito was trying to get me, y'all. That was the first time that I had experienced, that I was aware of it. It's been happening all my life. I've been writing since I was a kid. I still have all my diaries that I've kept when I was 12. And I've been channeling in those. But yeah, I'm saying this before I share this with you so that you understand where this is coming from. It's coming from you. It is coming from you. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Go to my Substack, y'all. I gotta get my Substack on there. It's Earth is School /Substack, I think. I think. But go to my YouTube channel and you'll see it in the post so you can see. I don't know. Okay, this is what it looks like, right? It's just the thing that says doubt does not exist. Doubt does not exist. We just made it up. Okay, let me try to read this to y'all without skipping over stuff while I'm over here sleepy. Um, it's 4 in the morning, by the way, over here. So, okay, let me read the comment before, because I've been learning to. I need to read the comments first before I. You reminded us earlier that when you truly live your life through the understanding You cannot mess up here. Oh, that there are no mistakes in everything that you do. Thank you, boo. You've been listening. Yes. Okay. So you're right. I definitely was reminding you guys that. And I love the way you said reminded. Um, but there was something particular that I was saying. That's why I'm like, are y'all sleepy too? Because what's like, I was saying, I was giving a saying, like I was saying sayings, and I had given one, and I said, oh, I need to write that down. Well, dang, now I'm wondering, did I even say it before I read it? Maybe I was about to say it then. Maybe that's my bad, and I was about to say it, but I thought I had said it. I thought I had said it out loud, and then I was like, oh, let me write that down. Okay, let's see. We'll get to that. If y'all remember, please tell me. Okay, doubt doesn't exist. You can never not trust in something. All right, here we go. Ready? I'm trying to read well while I'm sleepy. Um, Trust can never be turned off. Let me read that part again. Trust can never be turned off. The concept of doubt is something completely false and totally made up. Contrary to popular belief, there is no such thing as doubt. We are always 24/7 trusting in something, even if that something is what you don't prefer. It's impossible to have doubt in anything here. Just like mistakes don't exist, neither does doubt. Just as no one needs to learn to manifest because we all naturally are manifesting our realities every minute, every second of the day without any effort, is the same way we all have this innate and natural ability to trust without trying. For example, I want to see if y'all get this because it's deep. For example, some of you feel you need to learn to trust yourself more, but learning to trust yourself, including ourselves, wait, okay, but learning to trust anything, including ourselves, is never something we ever have to do. We couldn't learn to trust if we wanted to, because trust is embedded in the very being of every human. Trust starts in us, and soon as we begin life, it's all based on what we're perceiving and choosing. If you feel you need to trust yourself more, you are wrong. Instead, you need to change the fact that you are trusting in the belief to not trust yourself. Without realizing it, you have 100% trust in not trusting yourself. And so, in order to trust yourself, you want to ask yourself, why is it that you believe in not trusting you? Where did the belief to not trust yourself come from? What is all you seriously? That is all you need. Trying to get my words together. That is all you need to focus on, because you do in fact trust yourself. You just trust in not trusting you. In order to reverse the illusion of doubt, I'm almost done, guys. In order to reverse the illusion of doubt in anything and reprogram ourselves from centuries of using definitions that man completely made up, to remember that doubt simply does not exist, we just need to focus on what it is we are trusting in, not to try to trust anything, because there's never a time we are not trusting. You are truth, you are trust. Or this school. So, if you can get this, because it's deep, you are always trusting in something. It is not that you need to trust yourself more. It is that you need to figure out why. What is the underlying belief that has you not trusting in yourself? Because you do trust in not trusting yourself. If you know that you need to start trusting yourself. Ding. Did y'all see the little sparkle that came up? Ding. Yes, that is a word. That is a word that goes light years beyond what we are able to even fathom or comprehend. Absolutely. I'm gonna start using this bulletin board over here. My bulletin board, I'm gonna start using this. I keep saying that I'm gonna use it. y'all. Do you guys have a bulletin board in your house? Let's talk about that. let's talk about let's talk about how if you do not have a bulletin board or bulletin boards in your home, there's no way, you cannot convince me, nada, you are not being productive in your house. You are not, like, not in your home. You could be productive like cleaning your home or whatever, like, building your home, I guess, low key. Low key you can't, though, when it comes to structure, because you need a bulletin board. If you are trying to get anywhere in life, away from whatever it is that you're experiencing financially or anything like that, you are not able to do that. If you are trying to get your children in order and create more structure and order and things like that, you are not able to do that without this. I always have several of these things. My children have a bulletin board in their room. We have bulletin boards in the kitchen. I would just have a whole house. If my house could just be bulletin board proof, like, and low key, I thought about it because these walls are the walls are kind of made with the thing where I could probably do a washable. I need to see about that, because if I could have a whole house that's just all bulletin board proof, like, then I would totally do it. Let me show y'all. Y'all think I'm playing? I be on my board, okay? Can y'all see? It's not a game, baby. It is not a game in this thing. I'm gonna start using this board. Dead ass. Can y'all see me? You guys. This just looks like life is really happening. Literally on both sides though. Like, the kids are doing more art over there, but this is my schedule. Please allow me to inspire you. Please, especially if you want to homeschool, but even if you don't care about homeschooling, if you just want to have structure in your home, if you want to start anything, um, finish, get a bulletin board in your house. To we need like we need a team meeting about this for real. And this has a lot to do with how my father raised me, and my aunt, may she travel in peace. Face recognition. Come on with me. Come on with me. Um, because both of them were so big on, like, making a list, writing things down, checking things off. You guys, my dad raised me from the age, when I was 2 until me being 10 or 11. And he was very big on making lists and checking them off and being organized and having, like, structure. First of all, let me tell you why he was like that, though. Because that's what men do. That is what men do. Men bring order. Men bring order. So I know for almost the fact that if you are a woman watching this, you need this damn bulletin in your house. You maybe not as big as this, but I know for a fact, for almost a fact, that if you're watching this and you are a woman, you probably need some bulletin boards in your house, because men bring order. They are the order bringers. Okay, they are the fixers. They are the solution. Not to say that women do not have order and things like that, but that's not our strong point. Okay. That's not our strong point. And obviously, I'm not talking about every single man. You guys are probably thinking about men that you know that are all miscombobulated and not orderly and stuff. But if it's a man's man, like an innate trait of a man, my father was not raised by a man, by the way. Him and his 4 brothers were raised by a single mother. My grandfather passed away when they were younger, and they are all very much men. All of my uncles, they keep bulletins around their house and they are very organized. Okay. So it's not about It's not about the whole man on man, boy, he needed a man, and boys, all that stuff. I'm just saying that men bring order. And so, yeah, my dad was really big on that. And then my aunt, she was really big on structure too. And so I was raised like that. Like I was 8 years old, 9 years old, making my own dentist appointments, ordering food. Like my dad really had me doing that, and I love the way he taught me how to do that, because he taught me in a way that wasn't like intrusive. Like he would tell me, you can you can write down, like, you need to make your dentist appointment, write down the questions that you need to ask, write down the things that you need to know so that you can ask them, so that you can say them, and that kind of helped me with the blueprint. Like my mind can calculate the things that I need to say ahead of time. And this doesn't seem like it's important, but a lot of our children, a lot of you guys as kids are graduating, and a lot of our kids grow up and don't have these skills. A lot of people do not have these skills. A lot of boys and going into men don't have these skills. So please, yes, encourage, like, because my kids have to be with your kids, get some bulletin boards around the house and get some type of order going. Let's do it together as a collective. For real. Oh my God. I am so scared sometimes when I think about my children and their options. I'm like, oh my Lord. I mean, going back to what I was saying earlier, whoever they're supposed to be with, that's already orchestrated, right? It's already set up. We have no idea the soul experience that they're supposed to have. But anyway, y'all, I'm about to go to sleep. Let me stop playing. I have a session to do in the morning. It's almost 5 o'clock. I am glad though that I came on here and went live, because um, I don't like not that I don't like, but I like, and I would prefer, like, if I'm up this late, to be doing something like this. Normally I'm writing, or I'm like reading something. I'm normally studying something, which is still very productive. But I would like to have not, I guess what I mean to say is, I would like to have not skipped myself on my commitment to go live or show up in a way of, uploading or something like that. And then I'm just up all late, and I'm not even, you know, doing anything pertaining to that. So I'm going to feel like this was a really good, productive loss of my sleep. And it's normal for me, y'all, because I be fighting my sleep so good. I can just get a burst of energy in just a moment and just start working out. I've been this way my whole life. It's not really normal. It's not normal at all. Every man that I'm with, that I actually like live in a home with, that have had that experience with me, they call me vampire, because I will really be up at nighttime getting shit done. Like this right here, this full bulletin board, and all the things that is the last thing that I wrote on this bulletin board, I probably wrote that at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm not saying I woke up at that time. Like I went to sleep right after that. Cause I be up, okay? I be up at this time. This is my time to thrive. I just feel alive at this time. It's so amazing, and I've accepted it. So, okay, guys. Unless you guys have any questions for me, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you appreciated this live, you can hit the thumbs up. If you are interested in being mentored or coached by me, or receiving any readings by me, or an MDR session, you can go to my website, earthisschool.com. I need to be able to link my Substack, because I'm so excited about my Substack, you guys. That is where I blog and I get to write. I have a blog. I am a writer. It is happening, which is kind of funny because I guess I've been a writer online already, but having a designated place is cool. That's not social media. So absolutely. The way this fan probably just ruined all of my. I'm probably not even going to want to edit this video and upload it because the fan is probably just messing up the aesthetics. All right. So, mm, ooh, 2 viewers on stream. I don't know who you are, but I'm totally going to just block you. I feel like this is like spam. To answer someone's question, Astu, Senegal has been great. Is this like a real person that's leaving this comment, or are you like a bot? in in late stall, Mister. I'm trying to see if you're botting me or if this is a real person. But yeah, Senegal has been amazing. This is my home. This is definitely. I was always calling Senegal my step country, um, and then I just went back to the States a few months ago, and it felt like that was my step country. I was like, I need to go back home. It did not feel homey. Okay, I'm trying to give y'all some time because I don't want to just. Normally, I'm like, okay, love y'all, bye, and then I'm just out of here, and then I see questions pop up, and it's too late. I'm already gone because I be out of here, out of here. Don't y'all love how clear this camera is? Does this? Somebody asked me yesterday, is this alive? Because she did not know. Okay, or he did not know because it looks like it could be a video, huh? Because it's so clear. I'm so proud of my investment. I wonder if I get comments from Twitch and I just can't even see them. I'm so like, who is somebody on Twitch? Is anybody on Twitch? I feel like nobody's on Twitch. Wait. Oh, someone gifted you a tier 1 subscription, 1 month to class. Oh, okay. All right, y'all. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Until next time, peace out.